everybody? Welcome back to the Gagain Show. I'm joined by UFC middleweight Kelvin Gastelum here in Scottsdale, Arizona for UFC 274. Kelvin, thanks for joining us, man. How are we doing today?
Man, it's a pleasure, man. Thanks for having me on.
It is a pleasure. So we have to start by giving a shout out to our sponsor, MRI, Marshall Inu. I know that you've talked about the token. You've promoted them online. And we were just talking offline. They've done a lot for you after your surgery that you just had in sponsoring you and supplementing some of your income that you have.
Absolutely, man. I wasn't able to fight. I'm not making that income. Obviously it's a big chunk of my living. And so Marshall Inu stepped up in a huge way, man. They were able to supply it and, offer a little bit of assistance, financial assistance, and so that I may be able to just focus solely on my on recovering my knee. That way I get back as soon as possible,
Absolutely. And people might not know. So what happened with the knee, and you just had surgery recently?
Just had knee surgery for the meniscus. They cleaned it out. There's PCL, MCL, and a meniscus. But they left the PCL and the MCL alone. They went with just cleaning up scoping out the meniscus, because apparently I just haven't had the PCL anyways.
Wow. So you didn't
I wasn't aware of.
Wow. So you've been fighting without the PCL.
Yeah.
And how did the surgery go? How are you feeling right now?
Great. Honestly, I didn't even know what was going on until I woke up, and I was like, "Yeah, you guys are done." It was fun. I didn't feel a thing. I didn't feel pain. And what was crazy was I was walking the day after. So, I'm just healing up like Wolverine, bro. I'm coming back fast.
Good, man. And you're going to come back better. And I'm wishing
for
a speedy recovery for you. So this is on a crypto YouTube channel, right? I talk about crypto. My life is in the crypto space. I want to ask you, as a UFC fighter, how familiar are you with crypto? When did you start learning about it? And like, what, how heavy into it are you?
Sure. Very, very new. I'm a novice in the crypto space, but I did start investing some of my money in crypto and staked some of my money and made some okay money. That was helpful. So it was cool. It was cool. I do have some experience, but I'm still a novice. But I've done Ethereum, Solana, Cardano. All the big ones. And Marshall Inu now as well. I'm there for the long run.
Absolutely.
And so I'm still kind of figuring it out, but it's coming together little by little for me.
And here's the thing, bro. If I told you this, you're still so early to cryptocurrency.
Oh, I'm sure.
Only 4 to 5% of the world owns cryptocurrency. You're starting to see that mainstream adoption, right? The Staples Center changed its name to Crypto.com. Crypto.com sponsored the UFC. Like, you're going to start seeing more and more people have access, and we're going to start seeing it go mainstream. I know everybody thinks they're late to crypto. When I first started going all in about a year ago, I thought I was late, and it was the best decision I've ever made. Yeah. And we'll probably look back on this interview in 5 years, and we're going to be like, I'm glad that we bought Bitcoin and Ethereum, because it will probably be in the 6 figures, right? Which is great. So thank you for sharing that, because a lot of people are like, hey, it's too late to Bitcoin, it's too late to crypto. Right. It's like, we're so early. If you're watching this, we are very early. Now, I want to take it to the fighting side, because I've been a fan of yours for a while. I've watched pretty much all of your wars, man. You've had some incredible battles, like one of the most savage fighters I think I've ever watched. So
dude, thank you.
You stand in there toe to toe, and we got Gilbert Burns back here. He's nodding his head in agreement. When did you start your fighting journey, and how did you end up in the UFC?
Shoot, that's a big question. Sure, I started fighting when I was 17. Fighting in Mexico in these strip clubs.
Wow.
For like 200 pesos, it was interesting. I didn't do it for the money, obviously. I did it because I liked it. I grew up wrestling my whole life, and so once I had my first fight, I was like, okay, this is it. This is what I wanted to do. My coaches insisted on me going to wrestle in college. I did wrestle in college, only a year. But I feel like that year was necessary. It took my wrestling to a whole nother level. And then after that, I just started fighting professionally. Wow. I said, if school's not for me, man.
Yeah. And I got to ask, do you love it? Like, is fighting your passion? Do you love it? Or did you kind of you're really good at it and you find yourself, fighting and it became your career? Or do you love this?
I was a fan before it. I love it. I love it. I was a huge fan before it. I'm still a huge fan of the sport. I watch it. I'm Saturdays is my football Sundays. Yeah. I'm there religiously watching every Saturday.
It's the Super Bowl. Like today we're about to go, for those that are watching. We're a couple hours away from UFC 274. Charles de Bronx Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje.
Ah.
Rose Namajunas versus
That's
Carlos
exciting.
Sponser. Michael Chandler's fighting Tony Ferguson. The card is
Wow.
stacked. We got some legends on there. What fight are you most looking forward to seeing tonight?
That main event, man, Justin Gaethje and Oliveira, you know. It sucks that Oliveira didn't make the weight today. I don't know how his mental psyche is today, you know, because I've been there, obviously. You know, my life has been pretty public, and so I've been there. I know what it's like to be in that position, not for a world title, but pretty big fights. So hopefully he comes in with the right mind frame and puts on a hell of a fight.
Absolutely. I got to ask you, and I asked Kevin this, and I want to hear UFC fighters' opinions on it. But obviously, when you're fighting in a normal fight, you have that leeway, right? You can miss weight by 1 pound and still fight, right? But for the championship fight, you have to be on championship weight, right?
Scratch weight, yeah.
Is that something that you agree with? Do you agree with him losing his lightweight, like having to vacate his title because he didn't miss weight? Or do you wish, if you were in that situation, maybe it could be a little bit different? Maybe there's a half-pound leeway? Or do you think, no, championship weight is championship weight, and if you miss it, you vacate the title?
I mean, I definitely think there should be consequences to missing the weight.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already forfeiting 30% of his purse, which is probably more than 6 figures, but I definitely think there should be some other consequences. Stripping the title might be too much, but that's not my call to make, you know.
No, and it's you know, I think you have to, because Justin Gaethje, he did his job, right? He made
Right.
weight. He shouldn't be punished for it. Like he should still have a chance to win, right?
Yeah.
The title should be on the line, but it's kind of crazy that, you know, Charles is on this run, 10-fight win streak, and then the way he loses the title is by not making weight. But you have to have rules, I think, in the UFC, and I think it's good that they stick with them, which is
For sure, a little harsh, but man, it's interesting.
It's very hard, and I'm sure a lot of your fans are probably watching this. When can we expect to see you back in the octagon? Obviously, you just had the surgery.
Yeah.
Going to have some recovery, but it sounds like you're walking the first day.
Man, I was walking fast. I'm like I said, I'm healing like Wolverine, brother. Fast. The physical therapist that I'm working with, Alan Escobar, is awesome. The surgeon that did my surgery, Dr. Shabra, was amazing. He works with a lot of Diamondbacks here and a lot of Phoenix Suns here, so he was really aware of how to work with pro athletes, and so, man, I'm gonna come back hopefully September, October latest.
Perfect, man. Well, we're wishing for a speedy recovery. I appreciate you taking the time. It's great to meet you today, man, and wishing you nothing but the best in the future.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you, man.